Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners, and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So I thought that we would have a cozy crochet catch up today because it has been a long work week for me and I need to chill, and what better way to chill than in my pajamas. And because we're all real good friends here, I thought you wouldn't mind. So I hope that is the case. But for those of you that are new here, Crochet Catch Up is where I fill you in on all the crochet that I have been up to in the past week. Of course, this does include Tile of the Week Thursday, but I do not show it again as it has its own video on Thursdays, which you would have seen yesterday. And if you haven't, please feel free to head on over and watch that one after this one. So what have I been up to? I have been a little bit of a busy bee, not masses and masses, but more than I expected. So I did do a few more of the orange hexagons that I am making for a UK charity. They asked for 6-inch hexagons, which I send to HQ. They will sew them together and turn them into rainbow hexagon blankets. They are asking for hexagons in yellow, orange, red, pink, green, blue and purple, but I haven't brought them to show because I've been showing them every week. You know what they look like, and because I only did 2 or 3, I didn't think it warranted, being shown, but I did think I would mention it. And it now means that I have done all of the yellow, all of the red and all of the orange, and I have started moving on to the green. So progress has been made, but I don't want to keep showing you the same old stuff. So I have one more whip to show you progress on, and then I have 4 FOs, or it could be 1 proper FO and 3 mini FOs, depending on your opinion, but they are all done and completed. So the whip I do want to update you on is this one here in my What the Flock flamingo bag. This is the shawl I am currently making using a wonderful tutorial by the beautiful Jen over at Cinnamon Stitches. This is her Phoenix shawl that she did a tutorial for. I will link Jen and her tutorial down in the description box for you for your easy access should you wish to check it out or make it for yourself. Now, I did show this last week and I am going to show it again. To remind you, I am using the Karen Crystal Cakes in the colour Dusk, which are beautiful shades of purple. These are made in India. They are a medium 4-weight. Recommend a 5mm knitting needle and a 5mm crochet hook. Machine washable and dryable. Do not bleach, do not iron. 64% acrylic, 24% polyester, 7% nylon and 5% metallic. And these cakes are 8.5 ounces or 240 grams, which is 634 yards or 580 meters. So there is the yarn band. Now I have used 1 complete crystal cake and I have cracked into my second. There we go, lovely shades of purple with that lovely metallic running through. This is a blown yarn, which is a mesh yarn where they blow the fibres into it. It has quite a little fuzzy halo there, which is marvellous. Can you see? Can you see? Yes, indeed. And I have popped a stitch marker into this shawl so I can show you where I showed last week and where I've gotten this week. Now this has only had a few rows added. I didn't manage to give it as much love as I particularly wanted to, but that's okay. It just means I get to work on it for a bit longer. Because honestly guys, this is such a lovely, relaxing, enjoyable project to make. Where's the stitch marker? Which side is it on? It's on the side I'm showing. Fabulous. So it is longer than my wingspan now. I am 5'7", 5'8", so it is a really, really big shawl. So whoever receives this, and I do have a recipient in mind, will have a massive mama bear hug from me. But I will just slowly pan so that you can see the center. Obviously it's going to need washing and blocking. And then, can you see that lime green stitch marker there? That is how much progress I have managed to put on it this week. And my point is all curled up. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can rectify that for you. Let's try that again. So, yes. Not masses, but enough to be able to show. You can see all that beautiful metallic in there. It is absolutely gorgeous. Amazing, amazing tutorial and design. I am now working on my foundation rows to get that feathery looking edge on the side. Jen makes it so easy to follow along with, and she actively encourages you to switch up to be personal to you. So she may only do a certain number of rows of a stitch, but you can do less, you can do more. She even says at one point, if it's got the correct stitched count, whack a stitch in that she didn't even use. You can make it completely personal and customized to you or your recipient. But yes, this is going to be a mammoth hug for the person I give it to. There is no way they will not be able to feel my love when I gift it. So yes, Cinnamon Stitches Phoenix Shawl. So like I said, you probably already know Jen very, very well and been following her for a very long time. But just on the odd chance, her channel will be linked, and I will link this tutorial specifically. But do go and check her channel out, guys, because she has playlists. And there is playlists on there that feature all of her tutorials, and you may get inspired to make a Cinnamon Stitches creation of your own. Now, as I've explained, it was one of my 24 goals of 2024 to always have a Cinnamon Stitches pattern on my hooks, and I am sticking to that, guys. I'm going to see how much of this crystal cake the edging is going to take. And then maybe if there's a little bit left over, I will send it along with the hug to the recipient it's intended for. And then they can have a little play with the leftovers and make something themselves with what's left. So there you go. So that is my work in progress. Now let's get to the FOs. FO Fridays, I love them. I don't always get FOs on a Friday, but when I do, I get super excited. And actually this week, I have a few to show you. So because obviously, you know, I've started this new job, I kind of dropped the ball with the Tunisian crochet, and the Tunisian crochet is another 24 goals for 2024 goal. And I didn't realise that the beautiful Linan over at Nina's Knots Crochet had actually released a different stitch tutorial last week. I had missed it, so I needed to catch up this week. Now, if you don't know Linan at Nina's Knots Crochet, I again will link her channel down below. Please do go and check her out. She is such a wonderful, kind, amazing, friendly, beautiful woman, and I love her implicitly. She has some wonderful content, and she is doing her Tunisian Tuesdays, which is what I followed for the next few items. Now, back a few weeks ago, Linan did do the pearl stitch, the Tunisian pearl stitch, and I did make a washcloth in shades of green, and I had one of my lovely friends get in contact with me asking if I would be prepared to make her one. So I thought, you know what, let's do that while we've got the Tunisian hook out. I forgot to mention, with the Phoenix Shawl, I am using a 7mm Clover Moor. So I am using a 6mm Tunisian hook for my Tunisian projects. And to practice the stitch, I'm just making washcloths, guys. Nothing fancy, nothing amazing. If you want amazing, fancy Tunisian, then head over to Linan's. But because it was one of my goals and that I needed to revisit it, this is what I'm doing, and Linan is making that very easy for me. So thank you so much, and her tutorials are fabulous. You can see exactly what you need to do. So this is a repeat FO. This is another Purl washcloth Just making sure I'm showing you the correct size. And it is made in the exact same yarn that I used previously, but this one is going to be sent in happy mail to a friend once I have done a few other things that she has requested of me. Now, the colours are not showing their true reflection. They are more green than what is showing. And this is the Peaches and Cream Stripey. I still have a smidgy bit left. So this has done 2 washcloths and I still have a bit left over. This is a medium 4, recommends a 4.5mm needles or a 5mm hook, made in China from 100% cotton. Wash colours separately because some colours may run. You can wash and tumble dry on a low heat. Do not bleach, do not iron. It's called Green Stripes, and these are 2 ounces or 56.7 grams, 102 yards or 93 meters. So I am going to retire this into my scrap bin because I can still use it potentially for something else. It's a bit too much to just kind of waste. So that's going to go in my scrap bin. But yes, the Purl washcloth was made as requested. There's the back. The back is quite a cool texture as well, guys. Loving it. And I haven't bothered to block it or anything because, hey, it's a washcloth. Does it really need blocking? And I tried really hard with my edges to get them a bit neater. Still need to work on that, but I am slowly getting better with my tension and the neatness of my sides. So that was a repeat purl stitch, Tunisian purl stitch washcloth. And you know what? I am going to link all the tutorial videos for these from Linan down below as well. So rather than having to go to her channel, you have a one-click easy access in my description box, but please do go and check out Linan's channel as well. So then the stitch that I missed last week was, I'm going to forget what it is now. Do you know what? I've got my phone right here. Let me check it out so I don't give you the wrong information. Okay, so let's go to Linan's channel, Nina's Knots Crochet, and let's look at her videos. So last week she did the full stitch, and then this week we did the extended simple. So the Tunisian full stitch, I decided to use this Devanti Finest Collection Playtime Ombre cotton yarn. It is 100% cotton. It says strong, holds its shape and soft. They recommend a 5.5mm needle, no hook recommendation. There are 155 meters because this yarn is from here in the UK, from Hobbycraft. It is oranges, yellows and pinks. It is gorgeous. Love it. And the colour is Playtime Ombre, 100% cotton. And actually, I'm fibbing. This is not from Hobbycraft. This is from The Range, which is another UK shop. Good job I saw that on the back of the band. And that is literally all the specifications it's given to me, guys. And as you can see, I hardly used anything. There is still plenty of this to go back in this cotton tote here. It can be used for many more things to come. But this is what the Tunisian full stitch looks like. I hope I have done it justice. I think this is so pretty and super playful in the Playtime Ombre. I really like the fact that it is a really nice dense stitch, but it's not stiff, guys. It is absolutely great as washcloth material. I can see blankets being made in this, wearables being made in this. I might not be the one to make a blanket or a wearable, but I can see the potential in the stitch. Now, Tunisian always curls, but that's okay. It's a washcloth. Now, as you can see, my sides on this one are again a little ropey. I am trying, guys. I am trying, but still room for improvement. And I also love the fact that Linan has also got a video on how we can cast off while still in pattern, because the cast off is so much neater and prettier. So I will try and link the purl stitch, the full stitch, the next stitch I'm going to show you, and hopefully the cast off whilst in pattern for you. But don't you think that is just so pretty? It's like a summer punch or a fruit cocktail, or I don't know, maybe even the setting sun on a summer's evening. I don't know. It's gorgeous. Yes. Let's give you a better look at those stitches. And it was fun to make. But I do think that my Tunisian will literally be small little projects like this, at least for the meantime. But I truly appreciate the workmanship that goes into the Tunisian crochet. So that was the full stitch. And then lastly, we did the extended simple stitch. And I actually had a scrap in my tote, and I thought I'm just going to make a washcloth until I run out, because I don't really want to add a brand new ball onto it just for a washcloth. So this isn't a conventional sized washcloth, but it will still scrub things just as good. So the scrap that I found was again peaches and cream, but instead of the stripy, it is the original. It is again made in Canada from 100% cotton. This is the colour Fleur de Lavande. And again, medium weight number 4, 4.5 needles, 5 hook, and that's millimeters, sorry. Cool wash and tumble, do not iron, do not bleach. 2 ounces, 56.7 grams, 95 yards, or 86 meters, so a slight variation. Yeah, so the Fleur de Lavande colourway looks like this. Very Easter, in my opinion, with the pinks, the yellows, the blues, the purples, and the whites. And then this is the extended simple stitch. So yeah, I probably could have done like a few more rows for it to be completely square, but it's still perfectly big enough and functionable enough for me to be able to use it for its intended purpose. Oh, I didn't show you the back of that one. So that's the front. And then you got the pearl bumpies on the back. And then that's the front of this one. And then the back looks a little like this. I don't know if I've got it upside down. I'm not sure. That looks to be a bit better. So that's the back. So this is again playful, pretty with how it's striped and pulled in some areas. Really love it. And I love how the Tunisian stitches really do lend themselves to more busy yarn rather than solid. They look equally as beautiful in solid, don't get me wrong. But I am liking how the stripes and the variegateds and things play out with these stitches. Again, my sides, this one actually is probably the best sides that I did. So yes, there we have it. So I have got a label for where I'm collecting my labels for the year to see how much yarn I have used. Because I only put labels in when every inch of the yarn is finished with. Now this scrap was used last year, but I didn't finish it until this year, so I didn't include it in last year's project, but I'm including it in this year's project. So basically whenever a ball gets done, it goes in that year's tally. And then if I've got some part balls in there that I start using this year but don't finish till next, it won't count for this year, it will count for next year or whenever that scrap gets used. So yes, that is a second 24 goals for 2024 that I am powering on with, and I'm all caught up with all the stitches that Linan has released. I can't believe I missed one. I'm so sorry, Linan. And all of this that I am showing you today is counting for my stash down, hashtag stash down 2024 with Queen's Crafts by Bridget. I will link Bridget as well. She is fabulous. She's my yarny sister. I love her to absolute bits and pieces, and I will also try and link her stash down video, so if you are not familiar, she can give you all the information on that. It is not banning you from buying new yarn. It is literally just helping you hold yourself accountable and finding out how much of your stash you can use within a 12-month or a year-long period of time. And it is wonderful because it does help you and motivate you to get some of your stash used up. It's incredible. I personally am doing it by weight. I am weighing my finished items and then tallying up the weight. Other people are doing yardage. It just all depends how you want to do it. I'm doing it by weight because, like I said, I don't always use a full skein, so I can't actually be sure how much yards I've used. So if I just weigh it, I know what it weighs in grams or ounces, and I'm keeping tally of it that way. But Bridget can give you more information on that. It's never too late to join in. If you want to find out how much you're using, jump on board. And it's really fun as well because a lot of us have got involved with Stash Down this year, and I love hearing other people's stats on it as well. Now, for all of these, like I said, I use my 6mm Tunisian crochet hook. These are just bog standard, inexpensive Amazon hooks. I haven't invested in any decent ones because I don't know how far I'm going to take my Tunisian journey, so I'm just sticking with what I have at the moment. So yes, that is those. And then I've got one more FO for you guys. So this one is going to take a little bit of explaining. As you may be aware, I have been taking part in hashtag Moose Flower Power Cow. And this is started by Crafty Moo Sarah, my other wonderful friend who I love to absolute bits and pieces. If you don't know Crafty Moo, why not? Go check her out. I'll pop her link down in the description box. And it's been a year long. There's a few months left, and I have been submitting something every month, so I couldn't let the side down for February. But luckily I can double dip on this one, guys, because it could also count and does also count for the hooker versus hooker. Now, if you don't know what all that is about, that is such an amazing bundle of fun. That is being hosted by my Auntie Lala, which is Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, and my Mama Jan, which is an Alaskan crafter Jan. And basically they have set up this kind of community competition where they are both podcasters, but they invite another podcaster and a subscriber to go head to head. All four of them are going head to head. And then when they have made their project, there's a vote. You don't win anything other than the most ultimate thing ever in these YouTube Yarny streets. And that is bragging rights, that not only did you win, but you beat the other 3 people that are up on panel with you. Now, the way you apply to do this, it's not applying, it's kind of volunteering yourself. You have to be prepared to do 2 lives for the month that you are participating. Once to hear what colours have been picked and what pattern or project you're going to be making, and then once again at the end of the month to reveal the project that you made and to get the vote to see who is the winner. Now, podcasters, doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you're doing. If you want to be involved, then you need to email the hooker versus hookers and basically just say, I would like to volunteer for whatever month. Or you can say, I want to volunteer until my name is picked, because you can only compete once. I basically sent 1 email for every month. Apparently I didn't need to do that. I could have just sent 1 blanket email saying, put me in every month until I'm picked. But, you know, Manfa's always been a bit extra. And subscribers, you can't really have content on your channel, but you are going to be taking on essentially 3 podcasters. And do you know what? Up until now, it has been the subscriber that has won every month. And it is just fantastical and amazing. And again, subscribers, you need to email the hooker versus hooker. I believe it's hooker vs hooker@gmail.com, but I will double check that and I will put that email address down below if you would like to volunteer yourself. And who picks the colours and the patterns, I hear you ask? Well, that again is another podcaster and another subscriber. So again, it is equal, one representative from each side of the camera. You can have anywhere between 2 and 5 colours. You have to use all the colours that they have selected. You cannot have variegated, they have to be solid, but they can be any tone of that colour. So they're not going to be specific and say you can only use sky blue and all you've got is navy. It can be any shade of blue, but only that one shade and solid. And then the project, it could be anything. They have had bags. What was a couple of the other things that they did? They did a wreath. Yeah, so it literally is whatever the pickers decide is going to be the project for that month. Now this month they have decided that people need to make a plant. Now I am not competing this month, so I am free to show you my project because I am not competing. If you do compete, you cannot show what you are making until the grand reveal on a live where the vote takes place. Now Moo's Flower Power Cal is all about flowers, plants and the like. So this that I have made can be entered into both, and it will be entered into both. I will send a picture of it to Moo for her Flower Power Cal, and I will send a picture of it to the hookers because they also do a slideshow. Moo does a slideshow of everybody's makes for the month. So yeah, I managed to get a double dip in. So thank you to the pickers for Hooker versus Hooker to enable me to double dip alongside doing something for Moo's Flower Power Cal. Now, this is going to be gifted as well. And I'm not going to tell you who because that will spoil the surprise. But I actually found this pattern for free on the Purl's website. Okay, so there is where I found it, Purl's Fibre Arts. I will link it down in the description box. And it is a free crochet amigurumi heart-shaped cactus. There it is. It's so cute. So because it is a cactus and it's a plant, like I said, it counts for both Moo's and the hookers. But I had to switch the colours up a little bit because the colours picked for February were green, yellow, brown and purple. So I'll see if I can get a slightly bigger picture of this cactus for you, and then I'll show you mine because it is all made and ready. There we go, that's a nice photo. Okay, so it's a heart-shaped cactus in its little pot. Absolutely gorgeous. Didn't dawn on me that this bit is slightly tapestry crochet, which is what I'm doing for Tie of the Week, and it's not my favourite, but it was for one round. I think I can cope for one round. And what I decided to do was, again, I went digging around in my stash, found some acrylic, and then I was able to make this beautiful heart cactus. So for the brown, I used Hayfield Bonus Aran, extra value. This is a UK yarn. It says machine washable and you can tumble dry. It is a 100-gram skein. Approximately 279 yards or 256 meters, 100% acrylic, made in Turkey. This is the shade Chocolate. Warm wash up to 40 degrees, can be dry cleaned using P. Dry press with an iron, never wet press. Cool tumble dry. Recommends a 5mm knitting needle and a 5mm crochet hook. Obviously, I only needed a smidgy bit, so the majority of the skein's still here, but it is still stash yarn, so this counts for stash down as well. For the yellow, these are all 4 weights. Sorry, I forgot to say, because Aran in the UK is a 4 weight. This is Stylecraft Special Aran, so again, a 4 weight. This is in the shade Saffron. Again, 100 grams, made in Turkey, 100% premium acrylic, approximately 196 meters or 214 yards, naturally anti-pilling, machine washable up to 30 degrees, cool tumble dry, cool iron. You can dry clean using P, and again, it recommends a 5mm needles or a 5mm hook. There we go. That's a nice representation of the colour. So that's the yellow. And then for the purple, same stats. It's the Stylecraft Special Aran, but this is in the colour Emperor. And it is a real dark royal regal purple, which is beautiful. And then for the green, I found in my stash some Red Heart Soft. This is actually what I made Max's big turtle out of for his birthday a couple of years ago. These are 100 grams, 167 meters, made in Romania. Colour is kiwi green. Wash up to 40 degrees. Do not bleach. You can tumble. Do not iron. You can dry clean using P. Medium 4-weight, 5mm hook. No knitting needle suggestion, bizarrely. 100% acrylic. Kiwi green. So those are my colours. Then I used my 4mm Clover and More, the purple one. And I went about and I made my little cactus. Are you ready to see him or her? So I switched up the colours to suit the Hooker versus Hooker challenge. Haven't actually sent this to Moo yet, so you're seeing it before Moo does. And here it is, guys. It's very hard to see because they're quite dark colours, but there is the brown in there for the dirt and on the pot. The pot is purple. And then the green cactus with the yellow flower. Now his little smile is supposed to be in black, but I just used a smidgy bit of the brown because I really didn't want to go digging for a black. And I used these safety eyes, which I believe are about 7mm-ish. And he is cute and diddy and tiny and all ready and waiting. Now I'm going to try. He doesn't stand up by himself. He might need a bit of a squidge and a splodge to get him to stand. But look, I'm going to move the camera. So if you are sensitive to camera movement, look away for a sec. Look, he does stand unaided. There we go. Right, I'm going to move the camera back. Here we go. Here we go. There we are. So yes, hashtag Moo's Flower Power Cowl and Hooker versus Hooker all in one fell swoop. Another big tick done and dusted. So the colours were purple, brown, green and yellow. So I just switched up the colours of the pattern to incorporate the colours that we needed. It is a plant, therefore it qualifies. And like I said, I am going to be giving this as a gift. So I hope the recipient loves it when they receive it. And that, folks, is my crochet catch up. I have shown you absolutely everything I've got to offer because, like I said, I showed you Tile of the Week yesterday. So all of the crochet has been shown apart from the charity hexagons that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But I will probably show them again next week, kind of do it every other week until it's done. So yes, I don't know if you count all the washcloths as individual FOs or not. If you do, I got 4 FOs. If you don't, I got that one, and we'll lump all the washcloths together and say that one's the 2. So it's either 2 FOs or 4 FOs, depending on your opinion. And of course, my progress on my Phoenix Shawl by Cinnamon Stitches. So like I said, everyone I have mentioned, I will link down below. Any of the video tutorials that I have mentioned, I will link down below. Anywhere that I found a pattern, I will link it down below. Yeah, I think that's just about it. Now, I have had a couple of questions on some of this week's videos. What happened about the pink Temu jumper and the mark on it? I just gave it a wash. It came out. It's perfectly fine. So I didn't bother with the returns thing. I just washed it and it's absolutely fine. What else have I been asked? I think that was the main one, actually. Don't forget that there may be a sneaky little hidden giveaway in one of this week's videos, but you're going to have to go searching and find it for yourself. We are planning to go live tomorrow, as usual, 9 PM UK time or 4 PM Eastern, straight after Granny D. Apologies that the last 2 weeks life has got involved. The first week that we cancelled, we were both ill, and then last week my local area decided not to allow me to have internet access. So fingers crossed, hopefully we will have Wi-Fi. Hopefully we will be able to go live, because we have been missing on our lives for a fortnight, and I think we need a good old catch up and a good old crochet and chat session together. So all being well, then we will go live as normal. There will also be another Stitch Saturday for you tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. And then we are back to next week on Monday, and I do believe on Monday it is a haul video, so if you like those, please come and join me for that. Now, if I see you in the live tomorrow, then that is excellent, but if you are not coming because they are not your thing, which is absolutely fine, or you have exciting plans of your own for the weekend, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week. And yeah, Stitch Saturday tomorrow, and then another full week of videos scheduled out for you for next week. So yeah, I hope you're all well. I hope you're keeping nice and warm if you're somewhere cold, or cool if you're somewhere hot. And I really do appreciate you coming by and watching what crochet shenanigans I have been up to. But like I said, it's been a long work week. I am super tired, so I am going to hop off, grab myself a lovely warm cup of tea, and relax with some crochet. So until I see you again, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one, or around the YouTube streets. Bye guys, love you loads.